why do we care what these celebrities think? Why do we care about somebody who acts in movies or sings or dances? Why do we care what their political opinion is? Now, Bobby in Los Angeles is mad at me, saying, he asked the question of Christine, why does John always put down Hollywood?
Yes,
Bobby?
Yes, the greatest caller in the history of talk radio. Thank you for taking my call, Mr. Gibson. Before I tell you why you're wrong, I just want to, on a side note, point out that you and a lot of other Republicans are a bunch of hypocrites for voting anyone who's Republican other than Dr. Ron Paul. That's a side note. Anyway, on to Hollywood. You watch movies, you watch TV shows, you read newspapers, you like a lot of the classic stuff and new stuff and all that. All the people who love Hollywood stuff, which, by the way, a lot of it's filmed in Burbank, not Hollywood. That's a different thing. Aren't you contradicting yourselves again, you conservatives?
Yeah, well, tell me how.
Okay, you like movies and TV shows, don't you?
Well, I watch them, but I mean, I there's a certain time of day when I have a certain, adult beverage in my hand that I want to do something mindless. And right. For mindlessness, I watch Hollywood's output, sure. Okay, sure. So, I mean, if they're, when I hear these things all the time about how Hollywood is Hollyweird from the rest of the country and they're putting out poison and they act like elitists who have like their electric cars and their organic food, which organic food is good for you, by the way. These are the same people. If they're so bad and so evil, why do people, especially you people who complain, why do you support their movies, their TV shows? And by the way, there's a single word answer.
What's that?
Entertainment.
Okay.
It's entertainment.
If that's your argument, think of it like this. Suppose movie stars and all the actors, suppose they didn't do these things where they were promoting electric cars and promoting presidential candidates, and they weren't doing these things. The same people who complain now, they'd say, look at these guys. They're so rich. They have all the money. If they can't even get an electric car, if they can't even organic food, how do they expect anyone else?
Well, they can do what they want. I don't care, but I don't know why their voice and advice on areas out of their expertise, why it matters. And it does matter. Here you are, Bobby, you're arguing that I should pay attention to them. And listen, I will acknowledge to you that many millions of people do. I think they're the airheads, and they shouldn't pay attention, but I understand that they do. Now, bear in mind, Bobby, perhaps you don't know my history. I was a columnist with the Hollywood Reporter. I have experience in the town.
Sacramento. Yeah, you used to work in Sacramento.
No, that was later. But before that, I actually wrote a column for the Hollywood Reporter and was there for several years. And then I worked in the music trades. And I have a sense of who these people are and what their actual I was going to say intelligence level, but I'll leave that aside. What their expertise is, and I'm not buying it. I didn't buy it when rock and rollers were singing about the war either, and I don't buy it today.
Yeah, but hold on. You're the same person when you say you know these people, you know how they are. It's a broad thing to say that. Let's assume you did. Let's say you knew how they all pretty much thought and said. You're the same person that believes in the conspiracy, and it is a conspiracy, that most of the media has a liberal bias. But you don't know them very well.
It's not conspiracy. That's observational. You just have to read it and watch it. And if you're in denial about that, then you're out of the conversation. I mean, that isn't even arguable. But, okay, I get it. Maybe people want to get advice from Hollywood. Do you? 888-788